What is up everybody, my name's LeakyTapsMan and this is another This Week in Gaming number 44 where I bring you up to date with the world of video games. And we shall begin with what is, in my opinion, some incredibly interesting news. Well, actually rumours. Anyway, this is regarding the Wii U version of Zelda. Now some details have leaked from a source in Japan, which is the same source that got Wii U achievements and the Miiverse rumours correct before they came out, or before they were announced. So this guy is, I wouldn't say fully reputable, but his track record is good. Anyway, when talking about Zelda Wii U, he had quite a lot to say and it's all largely positive. He said that the game is going to be sticking with the Skyward Sword art style, so that's kind of semi-cel shaded, I guess you could call it. He said the development team is the biggest they've ever had on a Zelda game. It's hundreds of people. His quote, "Development actually began in 2010. It's going to be the most expensive game Nintendo have ever made, and apparently will rival Grand Theft Auto in terms of cost to make, and those games aren't cheap, believe me." Supposedly, this game was targeted for a third quarter 2013 release, but apparently because of the scope of the game it's more likely to come out in 2014, so quite some way off. And this guy has apparently seen the game in action. He said the game is bigger in scope than any previous Zelda, with dungeons taking hours to complete. He also went on to say it will be the most innovative game ever, and that it will be copied for years to come. The ideas they've got specifically relate to the Wii U's technology, and apparently it will innovate the balls out of it. So I don't know about you, but I'm incredibly psyched hearing all of that. I think this is the kind of game that the Wii U needs to convince people that the technology is the future. While a 2014 release isn't ideal, this game sounds like it could be pretty phenomenal, so I am incredibly hyped for it after reading all of that. Okay, also this week, Valve confirmed that they are going to be delving into the hardware side of gaming, but not as we all thought with a console. They've actually said they're developing a gaming headset similar to Google's Project Glass, which is an augmented reality set of goggles, basically. And whilst details on the actual product were quite scarce, the project leader, his name is Michael Abrash, said that Glass is capable of credible augmented reality gaming could be 3 to 5 years away, but virtual reality glasses could arrive sooner. This is pretty fascinating technology. Augmented reality, if done right, can be a pretty incredible thing. And Valve are a top tier developer, so if they really put some effort into this, then hopefully they can make it work. It would be interesting to see the kind of public perception actually on augmented reality gaming, whether it could actually replace conventional gaming anytime soon. We've seen brief stints with the PlayStation Vita and the 3DS of how the technology can kind of be used, so I'd be interested to actually hear in the comments whether you think this will actually take off or whether it'll be a dud, basically. Alright, also this week, a new Call of Juarez was revealed. It's not a full retail title, it's actually a downloadable title for Xbox Live Arcade / PlayStation Network / PC. It's called Call of Juarez Gunslinger, and apparently it is a real homage to the Wild West tales and will unveil the untold truth behind Wild West legends such as Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett, Jesse James and more. The game's due out in early 2013 and marks the end of their unfortunate venture into the real world with the Cartel, I think it was called, which was really poorly received. Okay, some PlayStation Vita news as well. Talk about kicking it while it's down. Okay, the Vita has very nearly been fully cracked by a student no less, called Yifan Liu. He is close to getting custom code running on the machine. What does this mean? It means that basically homebrew applications can be run, as well as pirated games, which would obviously spell quite a lot of trouble for Sony. You only have to look at the PlayStation Portable to see just how detrimental an effect it can have. Is this the beginning of the end for the PlayStation Vita? Probably not, but they need to do something about this, or risk a similar fate to the PlayStation Portable where software sales were not nearly up to scratch compared to the hardware sales. And to round things off, the Killzone trilogy, which I mentioned was rumoured last week, has now been officially confirmed. You can download the original separately. It didn't mention Move support, so I'm assuming that's not included. And no word on whether the Amazon France employee was killed or not for leaking it. I'm gonna go with yes, he did get killed. Okay, so that summarises everything that's gone on this week in the world of video games. What to expect from my channel this week? Well, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I've got like 2 weeks off work, so I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to do a great deal. I will show the leaking tap in a video this week, which will coincidentally be my 100th video, so that kind of coincides quite well. Outside of that, there's probably nothing else from my channel. I don't want to write a check that I cannot cash. But I will give an update into the future beyond that. At some point quite soon I will be doing the mini-series where I go into games that I would like to see sequels for. That's one that I'm quite interested in doing. And also my next wish list is going to be Left 4 Dead 3. So you've got that to look forward to within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So a huge thank you for watching and a goodbye.